racing, so it goes about racing.
Zoltan is into media as well. Hosts a TV program on a Hungarian channel. It's about cars, as you'd expect.
More or less it's a car racing program, but not so many rally racing in there because the TV channel doesn't want to see too much rallying. So we're testing the normal cars. We go to car launches everywhere in the world, but sometimes we have the chance to show it ourselves as a rally driver, but mainly it's a car program.
Well, Zoltan presents Hungary in ERC, or represents them, I should say. Norbert Michelitz fights for Hungary in the WTCC. Zoltan and Norby know each other very well.
He is one of the famous race drivers in Hungary. I think he is the famous. I like him very much because we're starting the racing in circuit together, and he drove a Honda same as me, so I think he is very famous.
Sibiu is tough for Bezenier too. There's a change, a puncture on stage 2, drops back but survives and ends up 6th in the two-wheel drive cup, extending his lead in the championship. Cornel Lukács, another Hungarian driver, is an early leader in the two-wheel drive cup. Drops out of contention after an air filter issue. No points for Lukács in Sibiu, but he's still second in the two-wheel drive championship, 33 points behind Bezenier. Local hero Alex Philipp is leading the two-wheel drive category going into the last stage, the short and super special. At the moment, Philipp has a small advance of just 2 seconds. Philipp is being chased by his compatriot Sebastian Barbu. On the very last stage, Barbu beats Philipp by 4.9 seconds and takes the victory in the two-wheel drive cup. Molly Taylor had a setback during the previous ERC round in Ypres, and she had to retire after slipping into a ditch. This time, Molly is extremely cautious in the Sibiu stages, and she takes her second victory in the Ladies' Trophy. And bad luck for the leading lady in the trophy, Bulgarian Ekaterina Stratieva. Veronica Boni reading the notes. Sharp in, high up in left, and a roll, unfortunately. Stratieva took this picture after the roll. She still leads the Ladies' Trophy, with Taylor now only 1 point behind. Sibiu is hell for Japanese veteran star driver Toshi Arai. He's dogged by illness after the first leg, caused by a cloud of dust inside the car on the last stage of leg 1. Toshi is exhausted during leg 2. Asked his co-driver, Anthony McLaughlin, to drive the Subaru on the road sections between the stages. But on the stages themselves, Toshi fights as hard as he can for third overall and victory in the Production Cup. Arai up against local driver Edvin Kaletti for the last podium spot and victory in that Production Cup.
Dreapta 3, 30. Dublu atenție, stânga 4 minus, nu derapa. 4 minus, nu derapa.
about 4 years, Coletti had a co-driver called Victor Ponta. That co-driver is now Prime Minister of Romania after being elected in May last year.
He's my former driver. It seems that he's running even faster without me, with the new co-driver, but I'm still very happy for him. And I think that for all the Romanian drivers, it's a huge opportunity to compete with one of the best pilots in Europe. And I hope that Eddie Coletti will be on the podium.
In this Sibiu Rally, Mr. Ponta is co-driver in the zero course car. The Prime Minister has always been passionate about motorsport.
It's been an important part of my life before I took the political positions. I still feel here among friends, and I miss a lot all the atmosphere.
And here's a curveball. Who is Mr. Ponta's favourite driver?
We should put Loeb aside because he's not a pilot, he's a phenomenon, and I love very much the new ones, the younger ones, Ogier, Latvala, even in Kopecky, I think it's a very talented one, and Mikkelsen. So I'm following the races, but even in Romania we have some talented young people.
These moments among his rally friends are precious to Mr. Ponta.
I am proud to be a co-driver, not a prime minister during these days. And I'm very proud that Sibiu Rally is becoming every year more and more interesting. There are thousands and thousands of fans coming here, and I hope that it's going to be an important race across Europe.
But Mr. Ponta's former driver, Edwin Coletti, is one of the many victims of the Sibiu stages. Yes, he retires 2 stages from the end. Mechanical failure, sadly. Romanian veteran Valentin Porcistiano. Yes, an awfully eventful Sibiu Rally. 4th overall and leading the Production Cup after stage 3. But on the treacherous second run of the Crit stage, rear left suspension breaks and Porcistiano drops back in the standings. Doesn't give up the fight, climbs back to 6th overall, 3rd in the Production Car Cup. That inspired drive earned him the Colin McRae Flat-Out Trophy. Romania is the second home of the Italian ERC regular Marco Tempestini.
McRae Academy is a part of a team, of a rally team. We have a defensive and sportive driving academy, and we have our bases here in Romania, in Cluj, in Sibiu, and in Bucharest. You have to know that Romania, unfortunately, is leading the classification in Europe for the accident, for the death on the road, and for sure we have very bad roads, but also the education of the people is not correct. We have also a program we did this with secondary school and high school, and sometimes with the university. Our program is to be cool, because we think that the young guys have to take more care about them life on the Romanian road.
Marco Tempestini finishes 4th overall, scoring good points for the Romanian Championship, where he's up against Francois Delacour. Tempestini and Delacour have learnt that Romania has a lot of potential. Rich cultural heritage, wonderful scenery, and of course, great rallying.
Il y a surtout ici de très belles épreuves.
Well, there's some very nice rally events here. Romania is discovering high-class rallying motorsports. Look at Sibiu, which is for the second year in a row part of the ERC. The gravel Romanian rallies are really fantastic, but Sibiu is a bit unique and quite difficult.
Un peu difficile.
Delacour drives safely during leg 2 and settles for second place.
Gauche 90, 30 mètres, gauche 85 du rang. Nord 50 mètres, gauche 60 très tard. Plus droite 90 pendant 30 mètres. Ferme 85.
For sure to finish second here in such a difficult rally and so hard for the mechanic, you know. We are happy to finish second.
Where do we see Francois Delacour next?
I don't know. I push hard to do Barum Rally and maybe to make some more in the European Challenge. You know, I would like.
We would like. Another victory for Jan Kopecki in this year's ERC, his 4th in 2013. After winning the Jana Rally, Ilias Canarias and the Azores, in Skoda's home event, the Barum Rally in Zlin, Kopecki will be joined by rising star Esa-Pekka Lappi and Sepp Weigand.
It was really tough, you know, the weather is very hot, but it's not a big problem for us. But the stages are very rough, we have a lot of loose stones, big rocks, so a few places you had to use a lot of your head and you had to decide where to push and where not.
Victory number 5 in the ERC 2013 for Skoda Motorsport, with Jan Kopecki extending his lead in the points standings. Strong drive by Toshi Arai, taking his first podium and the first podium for Subaru and Yokohama in the ERC 2013. A remarkable podium in Sibiu. Czech driver winning in a Czech car, a French driver second with a French car, and a Japanese driver with, yes, you've guessed it, a Japanese car. On this Sibiu Rally, drivers had to cope with flat tyres, broken suspension, leaks of all kinds, but one driver had to deal with the failure of an extremely important part on a vehicle.